Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? How you doing? It is me, Lasty here, and welcome today to episode number 2 of the FIFA 23 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. I just want to start this episode by saying a massive, whopping, huge thank you to all of you lot out there for the support on episode number 1. It always, I can never get my head around it, just how supportive you lot are, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let's have another amazing year on Ultimate Team, shall we? And have a lot of fun along the way. If you do enjoy today's video, do me a favour, smash the thumbs up button. I reckon we can hit 15,000 likes on this episode, so let's go big on the thumbs up. And of course, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, all of that good stuff, all right? And if you have missed the first episode somehow, then it will be in the top corner. You're definitely go and check that one out. So, in the spirit of bringing you an episode every single day, here we are with episode 2. And we're going to start today by basically this is the squad that I've currently got. But today's aim is to build like my first proper team. And that essentially means this. I have an empty squad with Jude Bellingham in it. Because out of the players that I've packed so far, he's the only non-loan one that I definitely want in my first team. So we need to do a whole bunch of SBCs and mess about on this game to try and get as many coins as possible to make the rest of the squad happen, all right? Let's get stuck in. So, the first thing we're going to focus on here today, I'm going to drop the tone a little bit, all right? Just so that we can try and maintain the voice. I don't need to be so enthusiastic throughout the whole thing. Let's just have a chat, and I might not lose my voice this week. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? But yeah, let's move on to Foundations number 2, all right? Super easy set of SBCs, and once again, take my advice from yesterday. If you are struggling to build it from players that you've managed to pack in bronze packs or whatever, or from reward packs so far in the game, don't hesitate to pop yourself on the market and buy a bronze for 200 coins or bid for 150 coins, because there are a plethora of players out there that are just in that price range. Because the web app was out before the launch of the game this year, and normally we have the trial at the same time or even before the web app comes out. The trial is live now as you're talking about it. So is the Ultimate Edition. The game is fully out now for a lot of you. It essentially means that there were a lot of people buying bronze packs on the web app, and there's more of a bronze market than there normally is at this stage of the game when we're starting here on console. So it makes these starter SBCs a lot easier. Unfortunately, the only annoying thing about these SBCs is that they're not particularly exciting. You know, you're still getting bronze rewards and silver rewards. It's not the sort of thing that you write home about. You know, you're not going to get your first walkout or something from this pack right here. You know, it's just going to be a bronze card. Hey, a plus 400 coins, a rare special bronze item there. Is certainly something that I won't take for granted, because 400 coins at this stage is 400 coins. We're sitting pretty at basically 10,000 right now. And we get ourselves a jumbo premium silver pack and some sort of loan pack for our troubles for completing that entire group of SBCs. So from the silver pack, yeah, we get a few players. They'll be useful in an SBC somewhere, but I'm not particularly looking to use them in anything like a squad, because I'm not building a bronze or a silver squad at this stage of the game. Normally we do build a silver squad for like silver stars, but that's going to take a few weeks. I'm not going to focus my coins, effort, time on that. I want to get my first gold squad ready so that when I do fancy heading in to division rivals to start earning some ranks and some rewards, I've got a competent team to do so, and then I'm just relying on my ability, you know, which for those of you that are new to the channel, I class myself as a very average FIFA player. So the road to glory here is normally sort of like your grassroots style road to glory of the everyday man, you know, the one that can't get the highest rewards in FUT Champions and won't necessarily get, or it'll take me ages to get to like the Elite Division or Division 1 in Rivals and stuff like that. A little bit more relatable to like what you guys that play FIFA, if you're not quite as good as some of the elites and the pros and stuff, you know, maybe it's a little bit more relatable to you. There will be a ton of you out there that are just way better at the game than I am. That is for sure. And I hope that, for this series this year, I get some good pack luck. I hope that I'm able to beat my previous achievements, get more wins here, and, reach the division quicker here and there. I hope that we can improve and get better and have a really successful year. But I also hope that you guys get way better pack luck than me and go on to do big and better things, really, because, you know what? A lot of the time, I end up getting a good pack a month or so into this game, and everyone's like, I can't keep up. You've got Pele. That was what happened last year. And then, you know what? I'd rather you guys got it. And then we could get some sort of like all right players in packs. That'd be nice. Make some money and be able to buy some good cards. But I don't necessarily want or need any of the top tier players right from the get-go. I like this story that we're telling here on the Road to Glory to last the entire FIFA cycle. So, packing an Mbappe in the next couple of days would not be ideal. I'd probably just jinx myself in the best way possible. If it happens, it happens, I guess, but I can't see it happening. Let's kind of hope not anyway, because it would be nuts though, wouldn't it? If I just pack an Mbappe for tomorrow's episode. Oh, I don't know. I kind of want that to happen, actually, if I'm honest. It'll make my job a bit easier. But that's not what we're looking to do. Anyway, you're seeing an 85 in a pack. That is my joint highest rated pack that I've had so far. Jorginho, not the most usable card with 54 pace, but now I have Jorginho and Mason Mount, and I've also got Jude Bellingham. So, we've got a potential midfield trio there if I wanted to put them into my starter squad. But I wasn't even super keen on using Mason Mount, so I don't know if Jorginho, he might be like SBC fodder. It's just some food for a squad building challenge down the line somewhere. Other than that, it's an 85. I'll certainly take it. I thought for a minute this was going to be something really good, and it's Lookman. So low rated, decent pace and dribbling, but not exactly the sort of player that you're looking to get into your team, unless you've got a real low budget, I guess. So the next thing I wanted to do was head into my first group of marquee matchups SBCs. This is a weekly SBC, as most of you will know, where you have to complete 4 different SBC challenges based on real-life football that's going on that week. It's international break, isn't it? So that's why it's based around international games here today. But normally it's like, when Liverpool play Everton or something like that, there'll be one of the marquee matchups, which is a good way to, if you've already got some cards in your club, flip them around for some packs to hopefully get even better cards along the way. And that's exactly why we do marquee matchups basically every week. So the fact that I hadn't, those 80 plus welcome backpacks that I got yesterday, the fact that I haven't just gone out and sold all of those players means that I had quite a lot of stuff in the club. I showed you at the end of yesterday's episode. And with that, I was easily able, actually, to complete the squads for marquee matchups in not really have much trouble doing it. Yeah, the new chemistry system is a little bit sort of finicky. It's a bit to get used to, but I'm trying to look at it in a similar way to last year. So if it asked me for 20 chemistry out of the 33, I kind of look at that as okay, well, it wants 70 chemistry from last year, so I've got to make sure players are roughly on chem all over the pitch and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I look at it. If that makes it a little bit easier for you to understand, good. If not, it's going to take a little while for us to all understand chemistry and stuff. But it is brand new, and I think as the game progresses, it will be good for the game to have this new chemistry system. It might just seem a little bit... At the very start of the game, I think you'll just see a lot of one league or one nation teams. And that is actually what we're going to build today. It's sort of. I'm going to build a two league, multiple nation squad. So not exactly a hybrid, but... the squad I'm going to build is going to be quite nice, I think, especially for episode 2. I was blown away with the squad that I'm going to be able to build here. It's actually really quite nice. So, we get our first inform in a pack, and it's Hogan, and he didn't even pop up. And And I mean first in form in a regular pack. I know we got that Spanish lad yesterday, but that was from the pre-order in the Ultimate Edition, wasn't it? And yeah, like I just discard him. He was a discard level player, so I literally took the 9,000 coins for him, and that's going to really boost our ability to buy a nice new player. We get De Paul here, very good looking card to be honest, like great stats across the board. Someone I think probably needs to go in the squad, in all honesty. I am going to list him up on the transfer list in a bit, and you'll see what happens with all of that. But we also get Adeyemi in the pack, who, I'm not going to lie, as a starter striker, could be a very, very good option. Or if I don't end up using him in the starting squad, I think he'll probably come off the bench and have a little impact sub, 93 pace or whatever it was. I think we could probably find ourselves using him in the latter stages of a Div Rivals match. Unless, of course, he's like super money, then I'll sell him on because I'll take the profit from him. But anyway, we get a 2 players pack here from a part of one of the objectives. Unfortunately for me, it wasn't the greatest 2-player pack in the world. But we'll take a couple of gold cards, one Libertadores, one Premier League card. And this was what I sort of started building until I realised probably going to go down more of the Bundesliga route than the Premier League route. So I bought myself a Schlotterbeck, and I also decided to buy myself an Emre Can. Managed to pick one up nice and cheap there for 7.7, 7.8. I think he's risen a little bit, but that was a snipe on the 59th minute, I guess. This guy is also able to play at centre-back. So I've used probably the one and only position modifier card I have in my club to move him from a central defensive midfielder to a proper centre-back. That's not something we've ever been able to do on FIFA Ultimate Team before, so that's pretty cool. You've never been able to move a midfielder into a defensive spot, and I think him and Schlotterbeck are going to be really, really good, aren't they, as 2 centre-backs on this game. I then genuinely thought that Gnabry and Sane were way too cheap for what they are at the start of this game. Yeah, Gnabry's not the fastest player, but he's got really good dribbling and really good shooting against what I'm hoping is going to be some fairly sort of starter teams over the next few days. So I'm welcoming him to the club. Get some links to the Germans from Dortmund, of course. And then we sold a whole bunch of the stuff that we didn't need. All right, I listed up some silvers. I listed up quite a lot of the golds from my welcome backpacks because I had a vision of what I wanted to do with the squad now. So I knew that there were certain players that I didn't necessarily want or need anymore. And we've also completed marquee matchups. So I've got a week or so, I've got a few days at least, haven't I, to start rebuilding the club in order to complete like next week's marquee matchups. And hopefully we'll have some rewards in between then. That would be quite nice. So I picked up a Leroy Sané. I picked up a Mazraoui. These are all sort of like entry-level Bundesliga players or quite mid-tier Bundesliga players, which for my first squad, I'm genuinely quite blown away that we've been able to build something this cool. It just looks like a bit of a mega Bundesliga squad for this stage in the game. And then I made a couple of changes. I thought, hey, I quite like the look of De Paul in the midfield. I know I've listed him on the market, but hopefully he doesn't sell. Or if he does sell, we might be able to buy him back for a little bit cheaper. And I've gone on this sort of like Argentine / Atletico mix with the Bundesliga players that I've got in the squad. So when a whole bunch of other stuff sold, I was able to pick myself up this Angel Correa. I really like the look of this card. Very fast, great dribbling, good shooting. Like, he's going to be a bit of a beast, I hope. I pray. I hope he's going to be good anyway. And unfortunately for me, De Paul did sell. How frustrating. But we went up on the market to instantly buy him back. And I think I got him like 1 or 200 coins cheaper than I sold him for. Is that a dub? Not really after EA tax. I should have been a bit more forward thinking to not list him up. But yeah, in order to complete the team, we pick ourselves up a Antoine Griezmann, always just going to be, like, his stats aren't anywhere near as good as what they used to be on the game, but I think he's still going to be particularly good. That left foot is going to do wonders, surely, right? It's early game. I'm sure it's going to do well. So he can come into the squad as well. Objectives completed. A Jack Grealish on loan. We got 1,500 coins for another one. And this is my starter squad, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think? I'm actually really happy that this is what we've been able to buy based on our welcome backpacks and doing like marquee matchups and stuff. Really, really happy Like, that seems like super fast progression to me. There will be a lot of you out there with better squads already because you will have started on the web app and started earlier. But in all honesty, I'm super happy with what we've created here. I've built it in a 4-2-2 to have Sane, Gnabry as the cams, Correa and Griezmann up front. I'm sure all 4 of them are fairly interchangeable depending on how we're doing, what players I really start to like. And Acuna might not be the fastest left back, but I think he'll do a job. If not, I could maybe move him into midfield or something as the game goes on. But yeah, I mean, that's actually going to bring us to the end of this episode today, because we've managed to build squad number 2, episode number 2, squad number 1. I guess this technically is squad number 2 because we had a squad at the end of yesterday's video. But this is my first real squad that I've built, and it looks a monstrous one. We've got a position change there in Emre Can. We've got some really, really solid looking cards. Some nice ratings across the board. It's not like 77 rated non-rares. It's actually a good rated team. Looking forward to getting stuck into some matches with this in the future episodes. I think now that the Ultimate Edition of the game is out, it's going to be a lot more accessible to everyone. So Division Rivals will be full of a lot more of you guys, as opposed to just creators like me that had the game a little bit early. But I didn't start the RTG until about a day early, so certainly didn't get ahead, especially for those of you that were on the web app, of course. Do me a favor, at the end of the episode, hit me with a thumbs up button. I'd love to see, like I said, I reckon episode 2 can hit 15,000 likes. Is that too much to ask? Hey, if you don't ask, you don't get. So smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel as well. If you're new around here, that is very important, because if you're seeing these videos and you're not subscribed, you're going to miss the next episode, which you don't want to do. Come on. Following me on social media, my Twitter, Instagram, TikTok down below in the description. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will be back again tomorrow for yet more action with this fun team that we've built on FIFA 23 Ultimate Team. I'll see you then. Peace.